Certainly appreciate some chips for
From downtown Peoria, it's time to start playing 2A baseball in your 2012 state finals for the IHSA. Dave Bernhardt along with Hall of Fame coach Mark Lindo with you. We have a great 2A tournament setting up, and it'll get started with Herscher and Rock Island. Later on, it'll be Trenton Westland taking on U-High from Normal University. As for this one, Mark, you take a look at these two teams, Herscher, Rock Island. Not only do they have the most wins of any two teams in the state finals in Class 2A, they've got some people that can swing the bats and some good arms as well.
Well, you take Herscher, they've been around sectional, super sectional play 5 of the last 6 years. They've run into some trouble. They got here again today looking for a title. You take Rock Island Alleman, and what they've done is they play in the Western Big Six Conference, so their record is not as scintillating with 12 losses, I believe, but they've played 3A and 4A competition all year long. These are two quality baseball teams here this afternoon.
Alleman, as you said, with 12 losses to go along with 28 wins. Herscher, the Tigers, 33-7, the most wins of any team here, either in 1A or 2A. Now, we already played our 1A semifinals. It will be Effingham St. Anthony facing Tuscola in the championship game. St. Anthony getting by Alton Marquette 6-2. And just most recently concluded, it was Tuscola 10-2 winners over Lena Winslow. Here in this one, Herscher, the visiting team, they will bat first. Here's how their lineup looks. Jordan Ruckman to lead things off. He'll be in left field. Evan Regas is the catcher batting second. He is the coach's son. Justin Ruckman, the second half of the twin brothers, is at third base. Matt Weber will be doing the pitching, and he hits cleanup today. Kyle Burton, the designated hitter for the Tigers, and he's batting for the first baseman, Ben Wenzelman. Dalton Sproul is the right fielder, hitting in the sixth spot. Batting seventh, it'll be Logan Orr for Herscher. He is the center fielder. Shortstop Spike Engelman will be hitting eighth, and batting ninth, it'll be Matt Guimo, the second baseman, and they'll have to go against a good one. That's Cody Sedlock.
Sedlock 9-3, 74 2/3 innings pitched, 63 hits allowed, 102 punch-outs on the year compared to just 45 base on balls, 6'3", 190. He's a great prospect, and here to call the first semifinal game of 2A, the Hall of Fame voice of the IHSA, Dave Bernhardt.
Thank you very much, Mark, as Sedlock delivers the first pitch to Jordan Ruckman. Ruckman, 396 batting average, 34 runs batted in. He has scored a team-high 43 runs, 10 doubles, 3 triples, and 3 home runs. Good size for Ruckman. He's 6'4", 190-pounder.
Yeah, not too many times you see 6'4" leading off a baseball game at the high school level, but he's a catalyst. He gets on base, makes things happen.
Swings and misses on that first strike offering from Sedlock. Cody Sedlock has his pitches called by his head coach, Chris Lemon. Speaking of head coaches, for the Tigers from Herscher, down in the third base coach's box is Eric Regas. How about this? 20 years, 537 wins, just 166 losses. He started 26-21 his first 2 years. In the last 18 years, his teams have averaged an average record of 28-8. That is phenomenal.
Yeah, he's done a great job. Ed Sennett brought a team to the state tournament before him, and the beat goes on. Herscher baseball in that, right in that area, as well as Reed Custer area, just very, very solid.
Ruckman skies this one to right field, and in the bullpen area, Dan Cutkop unable to come up with it. Looking into the sun at the same time, he's trying to maneuver around the mound and the catcher's area down there. Speaking of Herscher, they did win that state championship back in 1999. First time back since then. They made an appearance in 1995 under Regas, and that was after Ed Sennett's appearance in 1983. The pitch to Ruckman misses, and the first man is on here in our first 2A semifinal.
We talk about Herscher getting here. They beat a very solid Kankakee Bishop Mac team in the first game of the regional. That was not a gimme even to get this thing going. And then they beat Manteno for the regional championship. Manteno, they don't like playing Herscher. 3 consecutive years have the Tigers defeated Manteno in the regional title game.
Eric Regas showing bunt, hitting in the number 2 spot. He is the 6'1" junior catcher, the son of head coach Eric Regas. Evan, a .465 batting average. And he's going to slap this one to the left side, and it will spin foul as he had the third baseman, John Tracy, in tight, expecting a bunt.
And taking a look at Herscher even further, in the section, they beat Aurora Christian, beat Bobby Kutzendorf, a NIU signee, one of the quality pitchers in the northern third of the state, and then it sneaked by a 3-2 win over Chicago Christian before defeating Gordon Tech to get here to Peoria.
Regis will foul this one away as well. Well, that super sectional has been a problem for Herscher to get over the hump. The last 4 times that Herscher won a sectional title, all those coming since 2006, their season ended with a loss to private schools from the Chicago area. They got past that hump with the win over Gordon Tech in the super. Regis able to stay alive.
Talk about Chris Alleman calling pitches. He was a pitcher himself in college, played at Monmouth, graduated from there in the late 70s, early 80s.
Short lead over at first base to Jordan Ruckman. Regis up the middle, a double play opportunity. Shortstop Juan to first. Not in time.
Just a little bit of indecision by Connor Juan as he was going to flip the ball to Barrett for the 6-4-3. Instead, he chose to take it himself, which was the proper play, but just that split second of indecision is what caused the opportunity for Regis to beat that at first base.
Now we'll get a courtesy runner at first base, Austin Mendel, to run for the catcher, Regis. That will bring Justin Ruckman to the plate. Justin Ruckman, just a tick below his twin brothers' averages, a .368 hitter. However, he has 43 runs batted in, and that tops his twin.
A little bit of sibling rivalry, but I guarantee you they're pulling for each other every single at-bat.
They'll both be headed to Northern Illinois University next fall. This coming fall, in a few months. Mendel the lead at first. Sedlock took a little bit off that one.
It was interesting talking to Coach Regis that Ed Matthey recruited these two Ruckmans very early. They're not on the travel circuit, so to speak, and had some inner dealings with them. We're able to sign both those people before they were very highly exposed.
Jordan Ruckman, rated the number 19 prospect at Prep Baseball Report. The state of Illinois. This ball is hit to right field. Right fielder Cutcomb gives a little ground, looks right up in the sun. That's out number 2. That will bring up Matt Weber. Weber doing the pitching today, hitting out of the cleanup spot. Weber, a 6'2", 185-pound senior. State 293 batting average. I say just because they see some of the other numbers here. He has 5 doubles, 3 home runs. Second left-handed hitter in the first 4 in the lineup for Eric Regis.
Sedlock likes to work quickly. 6'3", 190, good-looking prospect, just a junior. He'll be followed by schools in extensive fashion next year.
Sedlock, the winning pitcher in the sectional semifinal, along with the super sectional. That super sectional win that got Alleman to the state finals came by way of a 14-3 5-inning win over Richmond Burton. That ball game was played just across the street from Rock Island Alleman High School. It was played at Augustana College.
They got Sedlock out of that game after 92 pitches. They had a nice lead, so they got him out so that they could use him today. So smart maneuvering, taking advantage of that lead.
That will get past the glove of John Barrett. Mendel will hold up at second base with 2 outs. Tigers have runners at first and second. First hit of the game. We'll see if we get a courtesy runner over at first base for Weber, who's doing the pitching. Looks like he'll stay. They'll bring up Kyle Burton, the designated hitter. Get another left-handed batter here for the Tigers.
Coaching staff of Alleman putting the hand over the hat in a waving fashion, telling the left fielder Newberg to move in against the left-handed hitting Burton.
Burton a .380 batting average. He has scored 32 runs. Out of play and out of the park to the left side. Burton 5'6", 150. Short lead at second for Mendel. Outside corner. Pretty pitch from Sedlock, and that will set Burton down. It will leave 2 runners on base. A hit and a walk, 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the first. It's the Alleman Pioneers' turn. Bottom of the first inning. Here's the lineup the Alleman Pioneers will bring to the plate. Leading it off will be the shortstop Connor Wan. He'll be followed by third baseman John Tracy. Cody Sedlock, who's doing that pitching today, he's bats third. Cleanup hitter for the Pioneers, Ryan O'Keefe, the center fielder. Right fielder Dan Cutcomb bats fifth. In the sixth spot is the catcher Sean Wetherell. Tanner Ledesma is the first baseman, batting seventh, hitting eighth. Left fielder Blake Newberg, and the second baseman John Barrett will bat ninth. And we'll get another look at a left-handed pitcher here in Peoria. This time you get a good look at him. Number 10, Matt Weber.
Good-looking young man, 6'2", 185, a senior. 13 appearances on the season. He carries a 9-2 record into today's semifinal game. 64 and a third innings pitched. He's given up just 44 hits, a minuscule 1.31 earned run average, 71 strikeouts in those 64 and a third innings, just 23 base on balls. Very impressive numbers for left-handed Matt Weber.
Defensively for Herscher, it will look like this. Jordan Ruckman, left field. Logan Orrs in center. Dalton Sproul is in right. Justin Ruckman's the third baseman. Spike Engelman is at short. Matt Gimo at second. Ben Wenzelman over at first. And the catcher, Evan Regis. Leading it off, Connor Wan, the shortstop for Chris Lemon's club.
Connor Wan bats first, and he is number 1 also in his class academically. Quite a feat.
You'll look at that one inside. Graduation was just held this past week for Alleman, as it was for many high schools around, as you take that one for a strike. One of the things that these Alleman baseball players had to do, they had what they had called their rally mustaches. You know, had their mustaches going, figured, okay, that's just part of a postseason play. But at Alleman, you have to be clean shaven to go through graduation. So, whoop, off they came. 1-2 to Wan. Little fister. Who wants it? Regis comes out and catches it in fair territory. That's not an easy play for a catcher coming out like that.
No, a little bit of communication between pitcher and catcher right there. Weber decided the very last second, get out of the way. Good job with the finish right there by Regis.
John Tracy will step in for the Alleman Pioneers. 6'1" junior, 281 batting average. Lefty versus lefty here. He'll go first pitch hunting.
Handles a bat very well. They love to get Juan on base and use Tracy. They hit and run with him a lot as a big part of their offensive arsenal.
This one will be pulled foul and out of play. Alleman has really been swinging the bats, starting with the sectional. They've outscored their last 3 opponents 38-8. Knocked off Illinois Valley Central 11-1, then Canton fell 13-4. As we said, Richmond Burton eliminated with a 14-3 win in the Augustana Super Sectional. High, Weber changing those speeds nicely.
Yeah, he's thrown a couple straight changes already. He got the pop-up on a straight change. One of the best pitches in baseball. We've talked about this before, you and I, that young players, they're usually taught the curveball after the fastball, where it should be a little bit different. Do you want to teach young players, if you want to learn a pitch, learn the straight change first.
Easy play over at first for Wenzelman. 2 up, 2 down.
You know, you talk about hitting, it's all about timing. And pitching, it's all about disrupting that timing. It's that simple a game. So when you can change speeds and change the level of batter's eyes, you will be an effective pitcher no matter what your velocity is or is not.
Looking at third base coach Jerry Burkhead, Dylan Cross coached over at first base, head coach Chris Lemon elects to go that way. Lemon will stay in the dugout. The head coach will stay in the dugout. He sends out longtime assistants Burkhead and Cross to coach the bases. And it's interesting with Chris Lemon, his overall record in 7 years is 179 and 69 as Cody Sedlock stands in. Skies this one. Is it going to stay in play? Reg is coming hard. He'll make the catch, and we'll tell you all about Chris Lemon when we come back. But it's a 1-2-3 inning here in the first inning. We'll go to the second. No score in your first Class 2A semifinal. Herscher fans decked out in their gold along with black. That's the third team we've had in a row here. It's been gold and black. Tuscola and Lena Winslow earlier, and now Herscher as we go to the top of the second inning. Dalton Sproul, Logan Orr, and Spike Engelman to get things started. Or the Wildcat, for the Tigers. Got my wrong feline there. Sedlock delivers fastball in the outside corner. We were talking about Chris Lemon, the head coach for Alleman. He's in his 7th year, 179 wins, 69 losses. However, he took 3 years off after the 2008 season. Swing and a miss on a good fastball from Sedlock. Took 3 years off. Then people do that. He attended a super sectional baseball game last year. First high school baseball game he had seen in 3 years. There's a fastball called strike 3. 1-2-3 down goes Dalton Sproul. And he goes to the game and he says, you know what? I really kind of missed this. And the head coach at Alleman was leaving at that time, so what Lemon did is he rounded up his former assistants, including, Jerry Burkett, Dylan Cross, John Marks, and says, well, here's what I'm thinking of doing. You want to come on back, or you want to continue and come on back? And they said yes, and so here he is. There's a single up the middle by Logan Orr.
He comes back and finds his team in the state semis, and, visiting with him last night, he talked about him being in the dugout rather than third base when Alleman is on offense. He said, I'm old school, I just let them play. He was talking about the video age and the scouting age, and he said, I don't buy into that stuff. He said, I have a feel for the game, and that's the way I coach the game.
8th place batter in the Herscher lineup, Spike Engelman. He's a shortstop. He steps in at the plate. He looks down to his head coach, Eric Regas, for the sign here with 1 out. Short lead at first for Orr. Fakes a break. It gets underneath the glove of the catcher, Weatherall. And Logan Orr will head to second base on the wild pitch.
Good base running by Logan Orr. Yes, it ended up being an easy play, but base runners are taught on their secondary lead to read the flight of the baseball. So Orr saw that ball heading toward the dirt, extended his lead just a little bit, and once it went under Weatherall, he easily scampered into second base.
Sedlock misses high. It's 3-0. First base open.
Engelman, the shortstop, his dad, John Engelman, was on the 83 state semifinal team that lost to Beecher City.
There's a called strike 3-1. Not only was he on the team, he was a starting shortstop, and he hands the reins over to his son here about 20 years later. So here, son, you play shortstop for the Pioneers.
Yeah, Kyle Burton's dad, Steve, played on that same 83 team for the Herscher Tigers, so little bloodlines there.
Down to first base goes Engelman.
He thought it was ball 4 the first 10 feet, the next 10 feet, and the next 10 feet.
Yeah, he'll come back now with a 3-2 count. One of those sheepish moments we all have had. Sedlock misses inside this time. Engelman will go down there for real.
Dave, we got here this morning for people just joining us, and we talked about the temperature was 49. Then we reported when it moved into the 50s. Then we reported when it moved into the 60s. Now it's hit 70 degrees. So we've been through the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70 now today.
Matt Guimo with a good bunt down to third base side. That will move the runners up. With 2 outs, it will be second and third for the leadoff batter, Jordan Ruckman. Good job by Guimo.
Absolutely, fundamentally well executed. You're in the 9-hole. Your job is to set the table for the likes of the All-Stater Jordan Ruckman. You do just that. You move 2 runners into scoring position. Sedlock knows about the All-Stater. We'll see if he decides to pitch around Jordan Ruckman and make Evan Regas beat him.
Ruckman walked his first time up. He gets a pitch to hit. Grounds to the shortstop, 1. He can't handle it. And that will score a run. Logan Orr comes in to score. Engelman moves to third. It's a 1-0 Herscher lead.
There is no doubt in my mind that Engelman, running from second to third, impeded the vision of Connor Juan. You get a chance to see it on this replay. Now, this ball's hit squared up right at Juan, but you see at the very last second Engelman crossing right in front of his vision path, and that allowed or caused the error to be made and the run to score.
Bring up Evan Regas, reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. Regas, .465 average, driven in 28 runs. That's number 2 on his team, behind Weber's 37. Line drive center field. Will it stay up for O'Keefe? It does. But a run crosses the plate for Herscher. It is an unearned run, but it counts. 1-0 Tigers as we go to the bottom of number 2. Palm trees in Peoria, sitting beyond the left field fence here at O'Brien Field. And yes, those truly are palm trees in central Illinois. Now, you had asked me a question earlier today, Mark, how in the world do we have palm trees here in Peoria? Well, what the Peoria Chiefs do is they bring in palm trees every year from Florida in the spring. They plant them, and then without any mercy, they let the palm trees die in the winter, take them up, and bring in a new shipment from Florida. So there you have it. In case you want to do some landscaping in your backyard, you may want to contact the folks here at the Peoria Chiefs.
Now, how come they don't bring some white sand in as well?
Okay, we'll make a suggestion. This ball's hit hard to center field by Ryan O'Keefe. It'll hang up there nicely for Logan Orr for the first out of the inning.
That ball was squared up by O'Keefe, and you see Logan Orr make an easy catch. Bang. As soon as he heard the sound of bat and ball, he was drop stepping with his right foot, got himself in a position to make a very, very fundamental catch, but just because of his ability to read and hear the ball off the bat.
Matt Weber gets a dangerous hitter out of the way, and Ryan O'Keefe, and now he has to face number 5 man in the order, Dan Cutcomp, a .339 average for Cutcomp. He takes a good hack right off the end of the bat. So Weber, he's throwing the curveball in on the hands of right-hand hitters. Then he's throwing some backdoor curveballs. He'll punch a fastball in on the hands, and they'll throw a change away, really mixing things. He's got the count in his favor, 1-2 for the lefty.
Total command of his repertoire, total command as he just continues to pound the strike zone with all 3 pitches.
Goes outside, and fouling it away is Cutcomp.
You were mentioning the difference in the bat this year, and I don't know if you've noticed it today, Dave, or throughout the spring, even the sound. You don't hear a ping at all anymore. The composite bat now sounds more like a wooden bat, although, of course, it is not.
Weber stays away. Let's see if they come inside on Cutcomp. 5'10" junior.
1-2. He's gone away. He's got a chance to come right in on his hands.
Foul ball back. This will be out of play just below us. Here. It's an Alleman team that their record is at 28-12. You mentioned it before, playing in the Western Big Six Conference. You're playing big schools, Quincy, Moline, Galesburg, Rock Island. That will toughen you up. 1-2 pitch. Once again to center field. Orr gets a good break, but this ball keeps on going to the track in center field. Cutcomp flying around the bases. And he'll have a stand-up triple. Dan Cutcomp.
Well, as that at-bat went along, Cutcomp had seen, 5 or 6 pitches. He'd fouled off 2 or 3. The advantage starts to go to him. You see the slants coming in right at him. Ball that cut the middle of the plate, and he put a charge into it. Good drop step by Logan Orr, but just no chance as that ball rolled up around the 400-foot mark.
And we just had the hidden ball trick pulled on Cutcomp at third base. I'm not sure how it all began, but the bottom line is third baseman Justin Ruckman somehow got Cutcomp off the bag, tagged him out. And of course the pitcher here, Matt Weber, had to be off the mound, off the rubber, and away from the pitcher's mound, but they get Kotkop on a hidden ball trick. Sad to say, I did not see how the whole thing got executed.
Yeah, you and I were looking at the monitor on the previous triple, and Herscher goes ahead and pulls off a gem to get Kotkop off of third base.
Okay, you have an assignment between innings. You roam the press box and find somebody who saw how that happened. Well, at the plate right now is Sean Wetherill. Now, I don't know whether Herscher, that's in their playbook to use every fifth game, but those would be one of the plays where you'd say, we're going to work on this, and one time we'll use it as Orr is going to get another chance at it, and he'll make the catch. So despite a triple over the head of center fielder Logan Orr, it's in effect a 1-2-3 inning. Kotkop's triple is wiped out by a hidden ball trick. We'll go to the second, a 1-0 Herscher lead. Dave Bernhardt along with Mark Glendale coming to you from Peoria. And Mark, as they say, you go to a baseball game, you're going to see something you never seen before, as stepping in here and getting hit immediately. The first pitch of this inning is Justin Ruckman. Well, I can say, I've seen, the replays and the, YouTubes and all that of hidden ball tricks. That's the first time I've ever seen it live in person.
Yeah, it was a pretty amazing execution by the Herscher Tigers. And that put out actually is going to go, 8-4 to 6-5 on a hidden ball trick off the triple. The ball never went back into the pitching area. So great execution, sleight of hand. Everybody had to act to carry out, and they did so in a thespian-like performance.
Well, if anybody has somehow been able to maybe had their camera phone out or something, please post it so I can see how it all happened. It was slick. I mean, that Kotkop was walking off the base, and all of a sudden, boop, tag placed on him by Justin Ruckman. And that preserves the 1-0 lead here for Herscher as Matt Weber waves and misses at this one. Weber, his first time up, singled. One of 2 hits garnered here by the Tigers. Outside corner just misses. Wetherill held the glove there just for a moment.
Good pitch by Sedlock. Tried to backdoor him. Weber stayed with that pitch the entire way. He wasn't fooled. He just knew it was off the edge.
Sedlock misses low. Here's a Herscher team that for years had great athletic success in football, basketball, baseball. In fact, 8 of the 9 starters. The only starter who does not do this is John Sproul, or Dalton Sproul. And what I'm talking about is 8 of the 9 starters play all 3 sports. Eric Regas says, well, I guess we didn't get the memo that you're not supposed to do that. So that's amazing.
Enrollment of 634, and they still are able to share athletes like that.
Right side, have to hurry. Look to second, over to first. From Barrett to Ledesma, and Weber is retired, and he will be able to advance Ruckman to second base. So, in effect, that was a sacrifice. Weber gave up an at-bat, gets charged with an at-bat there. Just put it in play to get it a little soft one to the right side.
The Tigers had an outstanding basketball season. I believe made it to either the sectional final or super sectional level. Solid football season, and now down here in the state finals in Peoria on the diamond.
Kyle Burton, the number 5 hitter. He's a designated hitter, batting for the first baseman, Ben Wenzelman. Struck out looking his first time up, the only strikeout that Sedlock has today. Sedlock had 16 strikeouts in the regional championship game over Sherrard. Burton part of a stretch of 4 straight left-handed hitters here. That ball just bit down. Tough pitch to hit for Burton.
Sedlock, a very young junior, only 16 years old still. So theoretically, he could still be a sophomore class-wise.
And And he backdoors Kyle Burton the second time. Burton goes down looking. That's the second out of the inning.
And you look at Sedlock, long arm, long legs, long fingers. He's still going to increase his velocity, which was right now in the mid-80s. He's going to be at 87, 88, maybe tipping 90 miles an hour by the time he's 19, 20, 21 years old.
Cody Sedlock, 6'3", 190. Dalton Sproul, he was a strikeout victim looking. All 3 strikeouts today by Sedlock have been called third strikes.
You know, pitching coaches like to talk about how the ball comes off someone's fingers, and the ball comes off his fingers with ease.
Tough pitch to handle there, and it will turn foul.
Rock Island coach Chris Alleman, we talked about him being a pitcher. He's also a banker. He's a vice president for 8 banks. And one of the people he's a banker for is legendary pitching coach Spin Williams, who's been a major league pitching coach. He's now the minor league roving instructor for the Nationals. And I would like to think when those guys get together, they talk about some finances, but they have some pitching yards to spin as well.
And another strikeout from Sedlock, this by way of the swing. So the first man in the inning gets on base with the hit by pitch. Justin Ruckman stranded at second. We go to the bottom of the third, a tight one here in Peoria. It's 1-0 Herscher. This is our first Class 2A baseball game of the afternoon. Of course, later on, Westland will be in action, and they will be taking on U-High from Normal. But over in East Peoria, softball moving right along. They have already completed their first Class 2A game. Nashville defeating St. Joe Ogden 5-2. Earlier on today in 1A in softball, Seymour defeated Tuscola 1-0 on a walk-off homer in the 7th inning. Goreville, identical score, 1-0 over Milledgeville in 1A. In softball, Sherrard and Williamsville just about get set to get started. We start the bottom of the third inning, 7, 8, 9, and the order for the Pioneers: Tanner Ledesma, Blake Newberg, and John Barrett. Weber tries to get Ledesma to bite, nothing doing.
Weber does a great job of hiding the baseball to the last second. Watch his front shoulder stay so closed, and the arm comes from very in tight until he extends to make the pitch. Really tough for hitters to pick up, especially left-handers.
It's the first strikeout today for Weber. Weber comes in with 71 strikeouts in 64 innings. Now Blake Newberg, the left fielder. Hard to shortstop on the short hop. Throw by Engelman across is a good one.
Get a chance on the next pitch to watch Matt Weber's mechanics. Very compact, no extra movement. Keeps his whole front side closed, high leg kick, and then he comes very slow with his lead leg, which allows his arm to catch up and get into the proper release slot.
Second baseman John Barrett take the first pitch outside. Barrett, 269 hitter, does have 7 doubles. Straight back into the screen. Talking about Chris Lemon, the head coach, the banker. He's been in that business for quite a long time. He's a vice president of his bank. The president of that particular bank was Lemon's American Legion coach. So everything ties together in the Quad Cities, eh?
A little bit of networking, huh?
This will be out of play to the right side. Wenzelman looks up, and it goes about 6 rows in, and a barehanded catch made. I believe that was by a young lady there on the Herscher side. Nice job.
It was. I see the ball right there.
Oh,
It's a proud possession, that baseball.
nicely played.
If she comes up behind home plate, I will get an autograph from Dave Bernhardt on that ball.
To center field. Orr drifts. Ball carries a little bit, but he makes the catch. Busy day in center for Logan Orr. 9 men have come to the plate for Alleman. They have just one hit. And they're trailing 1-0 as we go to the top of the fourth here in your Class 2A semifinal. Tight one here. The first Class 2A semifinal of the day. It will be 7-8-9 here in the top of the fourth for Herscher as Logan Orr will pull back on a bunt attempt, and he will take it for a strike. He'll be followed by Spike Engelman and Matt Guimau. It was Orr with a single to center field, and he eventually scored on an error. That's the only run we've had. Orr goes to center again. This time he lifts it. O'Keefe, easy grab. But both pitchers here, Cody Sedlock for Alleman, Matt Weber for Herscher, really settle into a nice rhythm.
The pace of the game is conducive to solid defense. There's one error up on the board, that made by Alleman. There's been some very solid plays made.
Spike Engelman flies this one to right field. This is a tough play for Cutcomp, and he'll make the catch. Nice play by right field. You know, he made it look easy, but that is a difficult play.
Ball to the line, goes to the line. That ball continued to drift. The flags continue to push the ball away from the right fielder, Cutcomp. But he did a good job staying with it, battling the sun at the same time, and catches that ball in foul territory.
Matt Guimau had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. Set the stage for the run scored by Orr. He's up there now with 2 outs.
Talk about those flags in right center field by the scoreboard. You see the likes of Sandberg and Maddox and Grace and Joyner. There's some good ball players that have been playing in Peoria, started their careers.
Good fastball by Cody Sedlock. Well, just behind us out here in the concourse here in the second level, a pitch to Guimau. That's called strike 3. We'll tell you the jersey that's framed out there when we come back. That's a quick and efficient inning for Cody Sedlock. He picks up his 5th strikeout of the day, and he keeps his team right there. We're halfway done here in this 2A semifinal. Alleman trailing Herscher 1-0. On the third base side, it's the shady side for the Alleman fans. They need a little bit of action here offensively. Bottom of the fourth, 1, 2, 3 in the order. Connor Wan to start things off, John Tracy and Cody Sedlock.
We saw that picture of 9 consecutive females. I think they were that's the batting order.
This is low 2-0. We talked about the flags there in right center field above the scoreboard. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you're about right.
And they all have players' names on the back. That's pretty neat.
Oh, I see. They're right here below us.
Right below us.
I'm checking. Nope, they're not sitting in batting order formation. There are your flags in right center field. Greg Maddox, Ryan Sandberg, Wally Joyner, Mark Grace also up there as well. There is a framed jersey out in the concourse behind us of one Albert Pujols.
He played here
through Peoria. Yep.
And they didn't hang your jersey up, or you don't have a flag here? I don't know.
I'd have to make my own.
You'd have to make your own.
Sneak in the middle of the night to put it up. Ooh, big curveball nearly cut the corner. Juan looks at it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Big man here in the Alleman order. The leadoff hitter here in the fourth. Pitch from Weber. And he gets him swinging. Connor Wan goes down. Matt Weber with his 2nd strikeout. He's only allowed 1 hit. That was that triple back in the 2nd inning.
Only 3 hits in this game. 2 by the Tigers, 1 by Alleman. So the pitchers have been the storyline in this 2A state semifinal game number 1 here today.
Got a good look at Pujols painted on the wall here. They really get into their history here, and it's really very interesting. This is the 10th year, by the way, celebrating their 10th year anniversary here at O'Brien Field. And they, as any Class A team or AA or AAA, the future major leaguers and the stars that come through that you may or may not know at the time are going to make it big. And once they do, you get recognized pretty nicely in these parks. John Tracy grounded out to the first baseman his last time up. Weber just nicks that head to the outside part of the plate. Nice pitch.
You know, anytime you start to get a call on the edge, which Weber has gotten, you can always take one more baseball size away, and that's how much you're going to elongate the plate. Right there. And if he would throw it there again, Dave, or even 4 to 6 inches off that, he'd get the call. Because an umpire knows that command, and you move the umpire's eyes as well. So with a 1-2 count, if he's right off the edge, he'll ring him up, strike 3.
He gets him swinging. Well, you talk about that. The master of that has one of those flags up there above the scoreboard. Greg Maddox, a Hall of Fame career doing just that.
Yeah, he used to get strikes that weren't strikes, but he earned them. He earned them by his pinpoint accuracy and his ability to locate the baseball with consistency.
Cody Sedlock fouled out to the catcher, Evan Regas. His first time up, only the second time batting as Weber has faced the minimum number of batters. This ball's hit pretty hard to center field. Or in, over, makes the catch. We played 4 innings. Alleman has only sent 12 men to the plate. But it's just a 1-0 game. A good one here in Peoria in your Class 2A semifinal. Big inning here for pitcher Cody Sedlock for Alleman as he goes to the top of the 5th inning. He will face the top of the order for Herscher. A 1-0 Herscher Tigers lead. Jordan Ruckman looking to get it started. Waves at, misses that first pitch. A walk for Ruckman, and he reached on an error. A 2-out error in the 2nd inning. That's the only run that's been scored in this game.
4-year varsity player. One of the best to ever play at Herscher, according to his coach. That's quite a compliment because we've already mentioned Herscher's great tradition in all athletics, but especially how solid they've been in baseball over the last 30 years.
Jordan Ruckman, the .396 batting average, but we will see him doing a little bit of pitching tomorrow as he takes strike 3. Boy, both these pitchers just working that outside edge. Ruckman, 181 earned run average and a 7-1 record. He'd like to be able to pitch in that championship game. Evan Regas, a fielder's choice, and a line out to center. Sedlock, there's the outside corner that just keeps widening out a little bit.
Regas has been the student of the game that we think he is. He's going to take that pitch and go to left field with it.
A one-hopper to the second baseman, Barrett. That's an easy play.
See, and he did get outside of his game plan. Then anytime the hands get outside the baseball, he rolled his hands over on that ball, which forced him to pull it weakly towards second base, where Barrett made the routine 4-3 play instead of staying back and staying inside the ball and going with that pitch.
Justin Ruckman steps in. He puts it right on his hands, and the best that Ruckman can do is push it foul, the Alleman dugout on the third base side.
Ruckman twins, mom's a nurse and dad's a teacher at St. Anne's Elementary School, so very well-grounded family.
All right, Eric Regas, interesting use of words, called them a very humble family, which I think is really quite a compliment given the athletic achievements of their 2 twin sons. Into the dirt. 2-0, hitters count here for Justin Ruckman. Now here's a case where, as you said earlier, did not play a lot of travel ball because they're so involved with other sports and keeping things going, and it goes to show you that you find your level, or it will find you.
Exactly.
Don't necessarily need to force feed a lot of things in that area.
You could get me on a tangent going on that one, Dave.
That ball's hit hard. That's good for a base hit. Newber will get it in quickly, and a 2-out hit for Ruckman. That ends a streak of 8 straight retired by Cody Sedlock.
Yeah, just to go on a tangent for about 5 seconds, just to let young student athletes and parents know it does not have to happen through showcases and through one-day tryouts and such. If you go out and you do your due diligence, you will be seen and you will find the level, and the level will find you that you best fit in.
Weber will take that one up and away. Matt Weber, a chance to help his cause. He has one of the 3 Herscher hits. Big cut, just got a piece of it. Sean Weatherall behind the plate. Will he need to throw here? It's a short lead at first for Justin Ruckman. He stays. That ball gets through the legs of Weatherall, and that will send Ruckman to second base.
See if Weatherall and Sudlock have any kind of conversation. No, they don't. Look like that might have been a cross-up because that ball was very catchable for the very fine receiver Weatherall, but he just flat out missed that pitch. Maybe it had that much movement.
Boy, here is a big at bat in this ball game as the count goes to 2-2. 2 outs here in the 5th. Herscher batting with the 1-0 lead. Just got a seam of it to stay alive.
Tried to bury a breaking ball at the back foot of Weber, but Weber was able to just keep his hands back long enough, let the ball get deep enough to him to foul it off.
Stay down.
Ruckman, that short lead, you can see how short it is at second. This one fouled back and up on the roof. Westland and U-High, that's coming up next here on IHSA.TV as we will wrap up our 4-game set here in Peoria on day 1 of the Class 1A and 2A tournament. 3 balls and 2 strikes. First base open on deck. Kyle Burton, who has struck out looking twice today.
Got state softball going on, state soccer going on, 3A and 4A sectional baseball going on, sectional softball going on. Very busy day on the IHSA calendar. Volleyball going on, finals as well.
Empty base is where Weber will find himself. It's the 3rd walk by Sedlock today, and that will bring up Kyle Burton, and he will have a conversation with his head coach, Eric Regas.
Key time in the game, but when you're dealing 1-0, everything is a key time in the game right now.
I wonder if they may be talking a possible bunt with 3rd baseman John Tracy. Tracy just on the edge of the grass. First baseman Ledesma way back. This is up and away. Outfield very, very shallow. Obviously right now, any ball hit to the outfield, they're coming up throwing.
Now, what Alleman is saying with their outfield right now is if you're going to score and add on, you're going to have to earn it by driving the ball over our head, which I think is a good gamble on the side of Alleman's defensive strategy.
As we look at Burton, his numbers, 2 doubles, 2 triples. Not a lot of power. Obviously, a ball over their head, though, would score 2. So you're right. It is a gamble, and I would agree in this situation. The best you can do is scout with stats right now that this looks to be the play. However, the count now has gone to 2-2. You don't want to go 3-2 here. And that somewhat ruins that strategy, that defensive strategy. Burton with that bat wiggle. And it does go to 3-2.
Regas reminding his team, make him go, make him start, watch the leg move, watch the spin move.
There go the runners, and the bases are loaded. So after retiring 8 batters in a row, Sedlock has given up a single and then 2 walks to load him up.
And a lot of times he was in great mechanical form out of the windup, but once he gave up that first runner, went to the stretch or set position, then you sometimes just get a little bit out of whack mechanically, and you have to readjust both physically, find your arm slot, and mentally to refocus and know that right now you're still in a 1-run game.
Conversation almost completed. Chris Lemon First year back after a 3-year absence. Talk about Eric Rega's record. His last 18 years combined average of 28-8. On the other side, Chris Lemon, he has never won less than 22 games in his 7 years.
That's pretty impressive.
Brings up Dalton Sproul. Sproul has struck out twice, once looking, once swinging. He's there with the bases loaded, a .420 hitter at the plate. Crunch time here in the top of the 5th. First pitch swinging. Will this stay in play? Tracy has plenty of room and makes the catch, and Alleman is out of the inning. Big inning for the Pioneers. They trail by just 1. We go to the bottom of number 5. The fans from Herscher begging their teams to go 3 up, 3 down. That's pretty much what's happened this entire game. In 3 of the 4 innings, pitcher Matt Weber has retired the side in order. In the other inning, after a flyout, Dan Cutcomp hit a triple, but he was immediately wiped out when he was tagged out on the hidden ball trick. And then Weber got the last man. So the minimum number of batters have come to the plate here through 4 innings, but it will be Ryan O'Keefe, Dan Cutcomp, and Sean Weatherall here in the 5th. O'Keefe, big hitter for Alleman. He has been all season long. O'Keefe, a .462 batting average, 17 doubles, 5 home runs, 49 runs batted in. 4-year starter on the baseball team, and Weber just pulls that string on him ever so nicely. All-state football player is O'Keefe. Second on the Pioneers Pioneers football team finished second in the state in 2010 as they tried to buy a call in the outside corner. Wasn't going to happen.
17 doubles and 5 home runs. So he can put a charge into baseball. See Herscher's defense respecting that.
Regas will throw him out at first. 4th strikeout for Weber. He's gotten them all in the last 3 innings.
Well, I tell you what, Weber and Regas, pitcher, catcher, the battery really working well together. Weber threw that ball right in the dirt on strike 2 curveball. Trusted his catcher. Catcher goes down to the knees, picks it up and gets the drop 3rd strikeout. But when you can throw the ball in the dirt like he just did there again and trust your catcher, it makes you just that much more effective. If you can't trust your catcher, you start to come up in the zone, and that's where your curveball starts to get hit.
Here's Dan Cutcomp. He tripled to the warning track in center field this last time up. And then what is truly the biggest play of the game is when he was tagged out with the hidden ball trick, because Alleman had a runner at 3rd with 1 out in the 2nd inning, and that was when they had just gotten down in the score 1-0. That was the tying run right then and there. 0-2. Now 0-3. The 5th strikeout. 4 of the last 5 batters have gone down, all swinging on Matt Weber's offerings.
So what can Alleman do to try to disrupt the rhythm that Weber is in right now? Can you get a drag bunt down at some point? Start taking some pitches. There's a drag bunt.
And this may work. Coach Lindo, that's why he's won a state championship. You have that feel for what needs to be done at the right moment, and there it is. What a call.
And, you know, yeah, because you just want to break the rhythm that he's in. And you know what? If you're going to stay aggressive right now, quite honestly, you have a courtesy runner, if you will, for Weatherall. But I tell you what you do. You just go the very first leg move. And you just take a gamble right now. You don't go on the read. Just go on the move. And I can tell you something about Weatherall. He is a tremendous bunter in his own right. No, I didn't use my cheat sheet when I called that, but he at one point did have 4 consecutive drag bunts on 4 pitches. So that's his ability to handle the bat.
Kevin O'Keefe will do the courtesy running at first base. Tanner Ledesma at the plate. Ledesma got this strikeout string running. He was the first strikeout victim of Weber, and that was in the 3rd inning.
Now to go back to my point for people viewing, when I talk about going on the leg, if they choose to run, as soon as Matt Weber lifts right there, you would take off.
And he would have had a shot on that one as Weber bends that ball away from Ledesma, a 250 hitter. Ledesma, though, was 3 for 3 in a sectional semifinal against IVC.
If he goes and Weber throws over, that would be then entrusted Ben Wenzelman to step inside and make a throw to second.
Back easily is O'Keefe.
Wenzelman, a fine young man. He was a, not sure, second or third team All-State basketball player, the MVP of the Tiger basketball team that won a ton of games this winter.
Pitch out, then a pick off back. Herscher fans thought there was a chance there.
First baseman Wenzelman will be playing basketball at Olivet Nazarene, a nearby institution from Herscher.
Weber just changing the whole rhythm, the pace. He was going to stay there until time was called.
Yeah, he was going to hold and hold and hold. And that was probably called, honestly, from the bench. And now you would probably see him hit and go.
Little snap throw to first.
So everyone here knows it's a running situation. It's kind of like which pitch, when's he going to slide step, when's he going to throw over.
He's going now. Regas throw. The shortstop side of the bag, and O'Keefe has stolen second base. There's the tying run in scoring position.
And I tell you what, good job by Weber, Dave. He did slide step. Good throw by Regas, but for whatever reason in a running situation, Spike Engelman just a little bit tardy getting to second base, which kind of disrupted the defensive scheme of the Herscher Tigers.
Now Ledesma at the plate, a 2-ball, 1-strike count on him with 2 outs.
Hey, you're good, Kev.
Ledesma in an RBI situation, coaches will say you have to have a plan right now. You have to have a plan. He should be looking for one pitch in one area right now with a 2-1 advantage.
3 balls and a strike. And when Weatherall reached and O'Keefe came out to run here in the 5th inning with 2 outs, that's the first time that Weber has gone from a stretch all day.
Right, and then his focus went to the base runner as well. So his rhythm, his was perfect. Now he's a little bit out of sync, out of sorts. It all started with that drag bunt, which is one of the best plays in baseball.
Weber, a very composed pitcher on the mound for Herscher, and he needs it here. 3-1 pitch. And the count's gone full to Ledesma.
Paying him up on 3-1. Let's see if he'll dole him up with a fastball, same location. See if we get a shot at some point of catcher Evan Regas' left wrist. That's where he has a number system that's how the pitches are called.
Drop third strike, throw to first, and that will end the inning. So Weber strikes out the side, leaves a runner at second base, and leaves Herscher on top through 5. Still a 1-run game, advantage Tigers.
So you see that wristband. There's a number code on the catcher's wrist, that being catcher Evan Regas. What he does is he sees a number code from the bench. He then takes that number code, and those are matched up with the pitch that they would then call, which is much different than when you and I were young guys and things were given by, a sleight of hand.
Logan Orr with the bunt attempt. Oh, nice play all around. Catcher Sean Weatherell called off his pitcher, rifles a shot to the first baseman Tanner Ledesma, contact at first, but an out on the play.
Great execution. The bunt came up, so Weatherall from behind the plate called his pitcher off, stepped inside, threw a seed to first base. We see a little bit of contact with Ledesma getting a little bit of contact from the runner, inadvertent, but a well-executed defensive play by Weatherall. Cat quick on that bunt attempt.
Prior to that last pitch, through 5 innings, how about this for how these two pitchers, Cody Sedlock and Matt Weber, have handled each other? Each pitcher had thrown 65 pitches. Weber 46 strikes, Sedlock 47 strikes.
Pretty gutsy, pretty consistent performance by both these young men.
That brings up Spike Engelman. Following a play, great play by Sean Wetherell. Engelman, a walk and a fly out to right. And that's in the dirt. The winner to play either Wesleyan or U-High for the state championship tomorrow evening. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out.
What a well-played baseball game. What an entertaining game this has been thus far. If you like base on balls, errors, balks, those things, this isn't the game. If you like fundamental sacrifice bunts, base running, pitching, solid fundamental plays, this is the one to watch.
Count is full. Three-two pitch to the right side. Throwing it away is Barrett. And now the runner caught a first spot, luckily for Herscher. Nobody on the bag.
Well, John Barrett took a very easy play, as we were just giving kudos to the fundamentals, and made it a difficult one. He ranges far to his glove side, to his left on this bounding ball, gets to a relative ease, and then watch, he won't square his shoulders up. You got to square your shoulders up and your back foot to make that throw. He had plenty of time to do so. Instead, the throwing error allows the runner to be on base in Engelman.
At the plate now is Matt Guimau. Guimau had put a bunt down earlier for a sacrifice, looking for a base hit here, but he'll be tagged out by Sedlock. Still advances the runner, however, with the sac bunt. Looked like he was trying to push that one past the pitcher. It's one of those no-lose situations. You know, if you can get it past some base hit, runner moves up. Pitcher fields the ball, you move the runner up.
Yeah, when you move the runner up by the 9-hole, you have an all-stater. Some people rank one of the top 15, 20, 25 players in the state of Illinois. That's a good move, an unselfish move, a team move.
Jordan Ruckman to the plate. He's walked, reached down there, and struck out looking. Takes a big cut. This is well out of play.
So Guimau with 2 sacrifice bunts. His first one did indeed lead to the run. The Logan Orr scored the only run of the ballgame.
34 runs batted in for Ruckman. And that one scoots through to right field. Cutcomb comes up with it. Regas holds his runner at third. Good job by Cutcomb to get it in a hurry. Engelman had to stay right there at third. It's first and third with 2 outs.
Got something going to the Herscher Tigers.
That will bring up the catcher, Evan Regas.
Head coach Eric Regas, a lot of confidence in his number 2-hole hitter, his son. Not trying to score with 2 outs. His right fielder Cutcamp got on that ball in a hurry.
Regas had the game-winning RBI in the bottom of the 7th inning, the sectional championship game against Chicago Christian. But Sedlock will get out of it. Once again, Herscher threatens, cannot score, yet they maintain the 1-run lead. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Herscher 1, Rock Island Alleman nothing. Those Alleman fans are begging for some base hits. They've only had 2 today. They need a run. On the other side, only 4 hits for Herscher. However, through 6 innings, the Tigers have left 10 men on base, 5 in the last 2 innings. Pioneers will start it here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Blake Newberg, John Barrett, and Connor Wan, as it is 8, 9, and 1. The Alleman order. Weber has struck out 6 batters, Has not walked anybody.
Time for Alleman to get something going. We thought they had something going last inning after a bunt.
That'll do.
Newberg grounded out to short. His only at bat. That shows you the dominance that Matt Weber has had today. Here we are late in the ball game, and Newberg only coming to the plate for the second time.
He'll be staying close to home, playing ball at Knox in Galesburg next year.
That a boy!
2-2 to Newberg. 292 hitter. Count goes full to him. 5'10" senior. The full count pitch. Guimau has to hurry. Not going to get him. An infield single for Newberg to start the sixth.
But you put the ball in play, bat to ball, you have a chance. Not much that Guimau could do on that. Came through, ran through it. And the ball chopped past the pitcher, Weber, who had fallen off to the third base side of the mound. And pretty good speed by Newberg. And we'll see if Alleman plays small ball right here with John Barrett in a would-be bunt situation.
We will get a pinch runner.
So Weber right now has to stay back and make his pitch first, expecting a bunt here. Corners will be a lot of pressure on Ruckman at third, and Wenzelman has to hold and then be ready to come off and make a play.
Kevin O'Keefe will be doing the pinch running. He was a courtesy runner last inning, so this is an official substitution here. Running for Newberg, the left fielder.
Hey, help out.
Remember the speed. O'Keefe stole a base last inning. Barrett showing bunt all the way. Runner goes back towards first. Ground ball bunted hard to the third baseman. They'll get the force at second. Well, two things went wrong right there for Alleman. Number one, Kevin O'Keefe over at first base. As Weber picked his leg up, O'Keefe was almost standing on the first base bag, and that combined with a firm bunt. Justin Ruckman gets the force at second.
Yeah, you have an awful lot of factors going on there, but the biggest one is the lack of leadoff or the inability to read the pitcher's leg and get some kind of secondary. The other part is you have Ruckman, who was charging hard and has a big-time arm at that corner, all led to a very key Herscher out.
Connor Wan ropes this one foul off the wall in foul territory. That really changes the complexion of this inning. Now in that last pitch, runner at first, John Barrett, he was going back when that leg came up. So right now, Weber is in the heads of the base runners for the Rock Island Alleman Pioneers. Top of the order here with Connor Wan. Popped out and struck out today.
Weber's move has not been overly impressive, to be honest with you, but certainly has Alleman confused.
Line drive, base hit to right center field. Barrett rounding second, heads to third. Alleman runners on the corners with one out in the sixth.
We got ourselves a game situation right now. Nice piece of hitting. That ball's on the outer third, and he just laces it right by the diving Guimau into right center field. The play in front of him, Barrett knew he was going to play first to third baseball there, showing his speed. Runners in the corners, puts an awful lot of pressure on the defense, and a good mound visit right here by Coach Regas.
Well, before Regas came out of the dugout, the defensive alignment had the middle back. They were playing for a double play. How do you like to play it in a game situation like this? You're defensively, you are up 1-0, tying run at third, one out, bottom of the sixth.
I think right now you need, if you have confidence in your middle infield, you have to expect they can turn a double play. I would probably play my corners up and play my middle infield double play depth.
No trick.
Well, the middle infield here appears to be back just a little bit more than what might be considered double play depth. Left-handed hitter John Tracy, second baseman Matt Guimo is playing a little bit deeper than the shortstop Spike Engelman. The third baseman is in. That's Justin Ruckman. Ben Wenzelman holding the runner on at first, and they'll throw that way. Juan at first, Barrett at third. Tying run 90 feet away for Alleman.
And you have Tracy, who has not really made a good pass of the baseball today against Weber, 3 unassisted and a strikeout, lefty against lefty situation.
Now, would the worst thing be here to just go on first move? If you get picked, then you force the defense into a decision.
Yeah, if you're going to run, you want to go on first move, exactly, because you don't want to, quote-unquote, unintentionally get picked off.
Big lead there by Juan, has to go diving back in a quick step off.
And so Weber does a nice job because he uses the step off move. And usually if you just use that one, you're not going to use it again. If they're going to go, it's going on first movement here.
He holds, pitch outside. Runner at third, Barrett, not off that far. Pitch called a strike. No balls and a strike to the left-handed hitting Tracy.
So Tracy also a good handler of the bat, the scouting report tells us, but left-handed you certainly don't want to squeeze because you have full vision of that runner coming down the line if you're catcher Regis.
Weber, long wait. Too long for Tracy.
Well, he was trying to do there, viewers could see the long hold. He was trying to see if Tracy's hand was coming up to the bat, if they might have some kind of bunt order. He was trying to buy time to get a look.
Inside as Tracy just kind of rolled that shoulder. Hoped he could get hit with a spinner. Game situation here in the bottom of the 6th inning in your Class 2A semifinal. Ball in the air. Left center. Center fielder Logan Orr makes the catch. Here's the throw. And we're tied at 1. Sacrifice fly by John Tracy, the runner at first. Juan tagged up. He's now at second base.
And Logan Orr, somewhere in your mindset, you need to know, can I throw the runner out from this depth? Because what that did by throwing the ball to home plate was allow the very cerebral, intelligent number 1 in his class, Juan, to go from first to second. And I think they might appeal things at first base because I don't know how Juan got there as quickly as I saw him between first and second. We might get an appeal, and I would not be shocked if he didn't leave a bit early. So they're going to put the ball back in play, and they've called it safe.
First base umpire Bob Thacker says that he indeed did tag up. Our home plate umpire Stan Bouchard and Dave Hasley is the third base umpire. Well, here is Cody Sedlock, the go-ahead run in scoring position with 2 outs. And you'd say with first base open, you may think of walking Sedlock. However, you've got Ryan O'Keefe standing on deck.
Pick your poison, huh?
Sedlock, 32 runs batted in this season. Backdoor curveball takes for a strike. Sedlock, a .391 hitter. Behind him, O'Keefe. All Ryan O'Keefe has done this year is knock in 49 runs on a .462 average. Huge gap in right center field for Sedlock.
You got a pretty good crowd for this game, Mr. Bernhard.
Seems like more gold and green has showed up as this game has gone along. They've gone outside twice now to Sedlock. Got one, missed one. Fouled out and flew out. This is yanked foul. That's the only thing that Sedlock was going to be able to do with that pitch.
If you're going to go in to a quality hitter like Sedlock, you have to go all the way in. If you miss on the inner part, but over the plate, if you will, he'll put a charge in the baseball. You got to get the ball in on his hands.
A little bit of a delay here as the ball came back onto the field somehow. The left fielder, Jordan Ruckman, had to track it down. Good speed at second base in the form of Juan.
Watch Juan on the base. See his deep lead off. He's about 6 to 8 feet behind second. Then he moves up into the baseline.
Line drive base hit. Right fielder Sproul up with it. His throw will be late. Alleman has taken the 2-1 lead. RBI single with 2 outs by Cody Sedlock.
Great piece of hitting that was set up by Connor Juan's ability to get from first base to second base on the previous sacrifice fly. Alleman playing very fundamental baseball in this inning. They were quiet for 5, but got 2 on the board here in bottom of number 6.
Sproul had no chance on this one. Cut off by Wenzelman as Juan scores, and now another runner. It's a courtesy runner this time. Sam Luton's over at first base. Now, do you remember how this inning started with the single and then the bunt with the force out at second base? And despite that, you said the execution has been solid for Alleman. Here's Ryan O'Keefe. Into the air. Second baseman, Guimau, in fair territory. That ends the inning, but not before Alleman has taken the lead. 2 runs, 2 hits, an RBI sacrifice fly from John Tracy, followed by a 2-out RBI single by Cody Sedlock, and it will be Sedlock heading to the mound in the top of the 7th with a 2-1 lead for the Pioneers. Everybody on the top step of the dugout. And why not? A 1-run game, top of the 7th. Alleman waiting until the 6th to get there too. It will be 3-4-5 for Herscher here in the top of the 7th inning. Justin Ruckman, Matt Weber, and Kyle Burton. Cody Sedlock has scattered 5 hits. The Tigers from Herscher have left 10 men on base, 5 in the last 2 innings, and Ruckman quickly down the count, no balls and a strike.
Rock Island Alleman never wavered from a confidence standpoint. They stayed with it, and executed in the 6th inning. Now find themselves 3 outs away from advancement.
Ruckman today 1 for 2. This will be out of play. Ruckman singled in the 5th. He was also hit by a pitch. First time up, he flew out to right. Ruckman 15 doubles, 2 triples, 7 home runs. Off the fist to the left side. And Tracy will make the play.
That was a very solid play by John Tracy, because as you watch the replay, the ball is hit basically to his left, but when he doesn't come up from the basement up, he has the presence of mind to stay with the play, not hurry. Knew he had time to square his foot and make a solid throw to first.
Matt Weber, he's 1 for 2, singled in the 1st. And he has the count in his favor at 2-0. Three balls, no strikes.
Alleman on an 8-game winning streak.
They have scored big runs in the last 3 games. Not today, but right now they have 1 more than Herscher, and that's all that matters. It's 3-1. Cleanup hitter for the Tigers, Matt Weber, stands in. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Weber will head down to first on the free pass. 5th walk of the day for Sedlock. There's the tying run. Kyle Burton will come to the plate. 2 strikeouts and a walk today. See if we get a courtesy runner here for Weber, and we will. Wearing number 7. Had a number switch here. It's Landon Hoffman running at first base. He actually ran earlier in the game. We thought it was Austin Mandel, but uniform switch. So Landon Hoffman running down at first base. He's the tying run. Waves through that high heat.
Hoffman needs to know where his defensive positioning is at, as he should take a look at the outfield to see a ball in the air. What can he do in advance? You need to relay the play.
Up the middle, a chance for 2. There's 1. Relay. Not in time. Barrett to 1, and Burton gets down the line quick enough to keep the inning alive for Herscher. That will leave it up to Dalton Sproul. Alleman fans come to their feet. Sproul, 2 strikeouts and a foul out. Fastball outside corner for a strike.
Paint him up on the outer edge.
2-1, let's go, Cody!
Short lead at first. Right to backdoor him. It's 1-1. Sproul, a .420 batting average. If he can get on, Logan Orr is next. Left field, Newberg. And Alleman will be playing for their first state baseball championship tomorrow afternoon. A come-from-behind 2-1 victory, scoring 2 runs in their last at-bat. Herscher's 1 run in the second inning, not enough. Alleman pushes their record to 29-12. Herscher, who had won a state championship in 1999, falls to 33-8. But will be the Pioneers playing for the big trophy tomorrow.
See teams congratulating each other behind home plate. I flat-out guarantee a great deal of respect in those high fives, knuckles, between those two teams. What an exciting ball game. What a well-played ball game. What outstanding pitching performance by both the young men in this one, Cody Sedlock as well as Matt Weber, but Sedlock just 3 outs better in today's semifinal.
Sedlock goes to 10-3 on the season. Pioneers can rest up. 24 hours from now, they'll be playing for a state championship, the first time they've had that opportunity in their baseball history. Well, that will do it for Class 2A semifinal game number 1. Coming up next, it will be the Trenton Westland Warriors, a 20-17 record, the Cinderellas of this tournament this weekend, and they'll be taking on the U-High Pioneers at 27-10. But for this one, your final, Rock Island Alleman 2, Herscher 1. For our entire IHSA.TV crew and my partner Mark Lindo, I'm Dave Bernhardt. Stick around, Class 2A semifinal number 2 coming up next.